All right, it's 7 o'clock. So as the school board president for the next 2.5 minutes, roll call, everybody is here, call to order. So now we'll do the seating of Alberto Sanchez and board seat number 1, Kingfisher Public Schools Board of Education.
Alberto?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Have you signed that oath?
I have.
Do you want to read it?
I can. Yeah. I, Alberto Sanchez, hereby declare under oath that I will faithfully perform the duties of board member of Kingfisher Public Schools to the best of my ability, and that I will faithfully discharge all of the duties pertaining to said office and obey the Constitution and laws of the United States and Oklahoma.
Congratulations.
Next, the election of board officers. Do I hear a motion for the presidency?
I make a motion, to nominate Bill Rice.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye,
Aye, raise your right hand, whatever you want to do.
whatever you want.
Bill, you're president. You can take over from here.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. All right.
Thanks, Mike.
I guess we have to elect a clerk, is that
Yes,
correct? Okay, do I hear a nomination for the office of clerk?
I'll nominate Dana. Go back for
Clerk?
Oh, no. Sorry, Alberto for clerk.
Do I hear a second?
For Alberto, second.
Yeah, second.
Okay, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Congratulations, Alberta.
Thank you.
All right, public participation.
Yes, we need a vice president.
I
Oh,
nominate
Vice President, I'm sorry.
Dana for vice president.
Thank you.
Do I hear a second for that? A second for Dana for Vice President? Hello?
I'm gonna nominate Brad Whitrock for vice president.
I'll second it.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? Okay, then, all in favor of Brad Whitrock for vice president, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Okay,
That was majority, wasn't it?
is that all the offices?
That's it.
All right, now we can move on to item D, public participation. Do we have any public participation? Okay, apparently we don't. Okay, moving on to E, honors and recognition. Number 1 is the Kingfisher High School Band.
I would like to, we have really had an incredible year in our fine arts this year. And Ms. Owen, I'd like you to introduce your band members and tell you what you guys have accomplished so far.
All of them?
Or-
I mean, sure.
The ones that count?
This is not quite half of us here. Olivia Varnell, Chris Sanders, and he just step one group. Mateo Arena, and if I mess up your name, I'm sorry. Flute, tuba, tenor sax, one. Percussion. Caleb Metters, not to be confused with Caleb Johnson, percussion. Dexter Fletcher, percussion. Danya, trumpet. Ashley Denatore, trumpet. Josiah Burpo, trumpet. Shania Burpo, clarinet. Savannah, why are you looking at me like that? Langford, flute. Lauren has also been one of our drum majors this year. He also plays trumpet. Tracy Dieterding, trombone. There's 36 members in the high school band this year, so that's about half of us, not quite there. We've had a really great year, and because they've worked hard. Every time I've given them a challenge, they've dug in and just see how much better we can get every time. And so it's been a lot of work, but I'm really proud of the fact that we made it to state and concert contest this year. So if you're not familiar, to go to state in the spring for band, you have to make ones in district contest and sight reading. And they made straight ones in those two contests, which advanced us onto state. At state, we earned straight 2s on stage. Again, if you're not familiar with music contests, 1 is the best you can do, 5 is the worst. 1 is superior, 2 is excellent, 3 is good, 4 is fair, 5 is poor. So they got straight 2s on stage. It was the best they'd ever played that music. I was really excited and so proud of them. And the sight reading, the way sight reading contest works is we have 8 minutes. We get a brand new piece of music. I talk through it. We sizzle, we finger through. You can't make any sound on instruments. And then after those 8 minutes, we play. And we get a critique and a rating on that. There were 3 judges. We got a 2, 1, 2. Once again, very tough judges, fair but tough, and I really liked the comments that we got to help us improve even more. So proud of everything we've accomplished this year. I really appreciate the support. Mr. Evans, Mr. Ferris, Mr. Connell. It's been a lot. We've gotten a lot accomplished. We also still have state solo and ensemble. Same thing there. Raise your hand if you're doing a state solo and ensemble. It's about 1/3 of the band that are doing. I don't force anyone to do solos or ensembles. We talk about how that helps us to get better as individual players and causes us to be better as a band. State solo and ensemble, to get to go on there, you have to make ones in district, which we host a district contest also. That'll be held next week at OSU. So, like I said, I'm really proud of my kids. They've worked their tails off. Pretty much done anything I've asked for them. So.
We're very proud of them too.
Thank you
Right,
very
good
much.
Great job.
Next is the high school choir.
Ms. Magnus, if you could tell them about your win this weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about a lot. Because I got some of my junior high kids came here too. Because we've just been successful a lot this year. So girls, go back there and get the junior high class, youth, 3 junior high girls. I have 40 kids in junior high choir. And as the 14 years I've been here, I've tried to get athletes in my choirs. And so we've got a lot out for soccer and some out for baseball, and so it's a good thing. But you know, I want you to know there's a lot in there. We took junior high. You guys grab them and come up here so they can see the plaques. Did you get the outstanding achievement ones too? Yeah, let's say junior high. Yeah. Okay, so we have. What I do because there's enough in there is we go as a mixed choir, soprano, alto, tenor, bass, or for the soprano, alto, bass, and we get on stage. We got straight ones on stage, which again is superior, excellent, and so on. So they got come up here. So they got straight ones on stage, and then we went to sight reading, and this is probably as good as my other kids. Okay, face these people in here. And so as good as my sight readers are and my upper grades, this junior high group are my best sight readers I've ever had. For the first time I've had them sight reading 2-part before we went to contest. They're only required to sight read 1. And what that entails is when we go into the sight reading room, they get a new piece of music. They get the key established. We start on do, we sing the scale. They may or may not start on do on their piece, and they figure out the melody without any instrument. They have to hear it. And they do it in tune with each other, 40 kids. And so they did that, got straight ones. Then I split the girls off and had them on stage, and they also got straight ones, went to sight reading, did the same thing, straight ones. Everything seemed easy. So the work that we've put into it in the classroom paid off in the end. And so I'm very proud of them. Now, district is the only thing junior high gets to do when they're in high school, then they go on to state. So I just wanted to make sure we recognize them. We also had 3 soloists who made superior. Valeria Rodriguez is playing soccer, so she's not here. And she made a superior in her solo. She's an 8th grader. Mackenzie Wilson is a 7th grader. She made a superior on her solo. And Riley Johnson, who's not here, is a 7th grader, and she also made superior on her solo. And then we had 4 ensembles, 3 made superiors, 1 made excellent. And so we just didn't have a bad rating. They've worked really hard. Sometimes we work on the same thing for a long time. You know, like the same section, because I'm just trying to fix it. And they do it. They whine a little bit, but they end up pulling it off, and I'm very, very proud of them. I could not be prouder. So thank you. You can turn around and show them the flags if you want to, as you take them back. Okay. And then we took high school to district the next day. So if I could have my high schoolers just go ahead and bring all the plaques up, just come in so they can see you. Oh, and that was Hannah Johnson, Grace, and can't see. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't introduce them. You should have your district, outstanding district, and your 2 state ones. Okay, so we went to district. And again, we got 1s. This is the first time this has happened. We usually get a 1 on stage, and that's all that's required for us to go to state. And we've gone to state, I can't remember, it's 10 or 11 years in a row. And so we get a 1, but sight reading is always that much harder. So for the first time, we got a 1 on stage and a 1 in sight reading at district. So we got an outstanding achievement for that. And that's hard to do. Then we had 3 soloists that got a superior. That's Indy Barker. This is Indy, and she's a senior. And Ethan McLean, who is working, so he's a senior. And then Shiloh Willingham is still in New Orleans celebrating her 16th birthday with her mom. And she also got a superior. We took 3 ensembles. They all got superiors. So we did not bring home even a 2, which I'm always proud of, 2. Among the high school students. Then, and again, we have our solo and ensemble for state is next week, is on the 23rd. So hopefully we'll see you again next month. Then we went to state, and again, they rocked it. I mean, we went on stage, we're singing very difficult 6A level music. I get it we have a list, and I look at the 6A list. Because one of the girls go, can we do something hard? Which makes me happy. And so we did some really good soulful music, and they knocked it out of the park, and they got 1s. And then we went into the sight reading room, and for the first time ever, we got a 1 in sight reading in state. So again, outstanding achievement. So that's what 2 of those are for. Then, it's been busy. Then we went to New Orleans. We left Thursday. Had a great trip. Clinicked with 2 professors. Got a cooking demonstration, which was great. Had some really good food. Shrimp bisque, chicken creole, and bananas Foster. Got a great picture of the fire. We went on a swamp tour. Got to hold a baby alligator, which was cool. Got to explore the French Quarter. Had a great time. Went up. We were the smallest group because all of my kids didn't go. There were 12 of us. And in our classification, the others had like 30 or more in their choirs. We won first place.
Oh, wow.
And so this is our plaque for that. And then we also won the Spirit Award because when I've been talking with the people, or my parents have been talking with the people, they've had good experiences with us. And so they gave us, there's only 1 out of all the bands and choirs that are at that awards, there's only 1 that gets the Spirit Award. And we got the Spirit Award. That's awesome. I think that's it.
I'm excited to hear that you have 40 coming up.
Yeah, I hope 5 people.
Awesome.
Yep, that's my goal.
That's awesome.
So thank you. Thank you.
That's cool. Nationally recognized like that. All right, number 3 will be high school robotics.
Well, I have 3 of my kids here tonight, Will, Savannah, and
Braden is our first senior to leave our program, so kind of a bittersweet day for that. But yeah, they made it back to state this year in their robotics competitions throughout the season. And this year, they scored first place in the Connect Award. So out of the 80 whatever teams, 30 moved on to state, and they scored first place for the Connect Award at state. And then Mr. Kaya also won a Compass Award at state, which was a student nominated to the team, made a video and nominated him, and he won that award as well, but he couldn't be here tonight. So yeah, it was a good season. We moved up from where we wanted to be. Didn't make it to internationals, but they still did better than the previous year, which is always a plus. So, and I was just gonna say, I think it's awesome. There's a lot of kids in here that are double, like I had a couple of kids that were band that are also on robotics, and vice versa, and they hold down jobs. So there's kids in here that are pulling double, triple duty, because some of them are also in soccer. And I know a lot of us really work together to help those kids not have to choose what to do. And I appreciate the support from other teachers and directors to help so that kids don't have to choose. Because one thing I don't want them to have to do, I want them to have to choose between me or another sport or something else. So I appreciate the kids that work super hard. I appreciate those of you that came to my STEM night. I appreciate those of you that came to our meet that we held in February. That was really awesome to see faces there, to see how hard they've been working, how hard Kurt and I are working to put this program together here, and how it's been flourishing over the last 5 to 6 years. So I'm very proud of them and proud of the work that they do, and rooting for this one over here. He's got to stay with TSA this next week, and hopefully, as Mr. Kite says, they're back there defending state champions at TSA Robotics, and hopefully they get back to nationals this summer. So we're wishing them good luck too. Sorry, Brady. Sorry, Savannah. See, that's what I'm saying. They all do all these things that they just pull a lot of W's. I'm sorry.
All right, then next up is swim.
All right, so you'll see that a lot of the same kids that are here for other things are also on the swim team. So if you went to the swim meet, come on up. We had 30 kids go, and all 30 placed in the top 15, and some of the tests had 70 or so kids in them. And of the 30, we had 15 that qualified to go to state, which will be May 1st when we don't have school. But those 15 will probably choose to go to state. So I'm gonna let each kid introduce themselves and what they placed in and what test they took.
I'm Scott Schellenberg. I took general technology, placing second, electricity, placing third, and biology, placing seventh.
I'm Will Finley, and I got first in general technology 1 and 8th in algebra 2.
I'm Savannah Rehrman, and I got 5th in non-native Spanish 2, 3rd in American Literature, and 1st in General Tech Ed 2.
I'm Josiah Burko, and I got 7th in General Science.
My name is Brady Park. I got 1st in accounting, 3rd in general business, and 7th in financial literacy.
I'm Tanya Garcia. I took geometry and U.S. history, and I placed 8th in both.
My name is Juan Flores. I placed 9th, and I took movies and fundamentals.
Thank you for letting us be here tonight.
If you want to stick around and watch the wonders of spreadsheets and pie graphs, you're more than welcome to, but otherwise you may.
Exciting part.
Ferris told me I'm not using enough pastel colors.
That's awesome.
That's like it.
Yeah, that is really, really exciting.
May 3rd, band concert, if any of y'all are 2:30 in the afternoon at APB.
Okay, will do. All right, we're gonna move on with the agenda here to item F, discussion and possible action on minutes from the March 2nd, 2026 special board meeting and the March 2nd, 2026 regular board meeting. So we'll do them together.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes from both of those board meetings, board meetings.
I'll second.
A motion has been made and seconded. All in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. All right, motion passes. Item G, discussion and possible action on the KHS Achievement Medals Award criteria.
I will defer to Dr. Johnson on this because he knows a whole lot more about this than I do.
Good evening. In the 13-14 school year, the Board of Education approved the award criteria and permission to give these medals, and you have examples of what the medals look like. These are not to scale, by the way, that's what the medals look like. And the criteria for what it takes to earn one of these medals is listed there. We've amended this several times to make appropriate adjustments, and there's, on your handout, if it's in red, that's the change. And essentially, the change simply says that previously, the medals could only be awarded to individuals and not to individuals within a group. However, we're asking for permission to actually award the entire group a medal, which would be in the form of a plaque. So we have people like the vocal program who do something very truly exceptional. They want to be able to recognize them with medals as well. So that's it.
Any discussion regarding that?
You'll still have the ability to do individual?
Say again?
You'll still have the ability to do it?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Make a motion that we approve item G.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve item G. All in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Item G passes. Item H, discussion and possible action on the following. Number 1, general fund encumbrances, accounts payable number 1629 to number 1558, payroll number 70427 to 70464. Number 2, co-op fund encumbrances, accounts payable 1210 to 1215. Child Nutrition Fund encumbrances, accounts payable number 2208 and 2209. Change order listings in general, co-op, building, and child nutrition funds. Number 5, Treasury Report. Number 6, Activity Fund Custodians Report.
Okay, as we go through the packet on page 1 of the finance sheets, if you'll notice, our general fund, co-op, and building fund totals in the CMP are to be approved at 413. These are our balances at this time. Remember, these are as of March 30th. As we go to page 2, we're looking at Little Stinger's remodel expense, 22,820. We're almost there. They're laying tile this week, and we've got it painted. We should be ready to move in when?
24, at the latest.
Yeah,
I just went by and checked, and so, the paint's all done, so it looks like they're ready to start.
Good. Yeah. Okay, I'd like to bring, on 1632, Northwest and Panhandle Administrators, $500. That's a professional development fee for that group that I'm part of. I guess technically the principals are part of too. We had 1633, which was $2,500 on Blackman mooring. We had mold in one of the classrooms from a rupture a pipe during the cold snap. We had to bring Black Memorial in to sanitize it at the queue. Next phase roofing, those are the contracts to maintain the roof and for roof repairs across the district. The roof repairs, we've had pretty good luck with them. We've got one at the high school that we're still trying to track down. When you don't have a whole lot of rain to work off of, it's kind of hard to get all that done. Probably the most exciting thing that we're getting close on the Q sign with 1637 from Dale's Electric. Hopefully we'll get that thing where we don't think it's 215 degrees in the greater Kingfisher metropolitan area. As we go through, the rest of that's pretty normal stuff. I mean, it's maintenance. The payroll encumbrances on page 4 are additional encumbrances above whenever we have a change in tax law or something like that, that we have to change those, or somebody takes a new benefit. On page 6, this would be the general funds change orders for the general fund, and if you'll notice, most of these reduce the actual encumbrance. And there's really nothing, we do have the fleet washing expense, we had to increase it by $450. We cleaned that down at the Suds down by Atwoods. And then we had the dyslexia consulting services for Strong Reader. That was Tiffany Jenkins, we approved that last month. Then you go on to we had some repairs on 1362 on the ag pickup that Johnson's took pretty good care of us and left us there. We had Mr. Graddich on 1370 for his reimbursements for the ag ed. And you get down to over on page 9, Mayfield Tina, bus driver expense for vocal trip to New Orleans. Ms. Mayfield wasn't able to go with us to drive, so Pearl had to drive all that by herself, which worked out okay. They were able to take some breaks. And then we've got payroll encumbrances out of the general fund for, like for me, 1 cent, because we were off on 1 cent on the tax. You know, it's funny how you have to encumber all that. And then we've got the blanket payroll encumbrances for Rise to Read. Those are from 7/1/2025. We reduced those because we didn't have to use as much of the money out of that as the Rise to Read grant. And that's pretty much the general fund. We had a net change of $87,994.25. Co-op fund, we had to increase by $10,000 because of expenses for Geary, Ringwood, Dover, and Watonga. Over on page 14, we had we removed $4,975 from Amanda Upchurch, and we had to use Vicki Stone for ESY and Teal Oswald for psychology services. Those are the change orders on their encumbrances. As we look at the building fund, we had, most of these are pretty normal type things that we have on here. We do have some bus repairs scattered in with this, and heat and air that we've had to do over at Gilmore, and we'll have more coming this month on the queue. We had some fans go out over the last couple of weeks when we switched over to air conditioning, particularly in Mr. Redwine's room. And we've got some pan monitors that aren't working right. When we get over to page 18, you can see what our collections for the month were. We'll go over those in a minute. And then we've got net total right now, we got $2,519,000 on page 20 for all funds. And that'll go up. We haven't put in the April tax collections, and we also haven't put in the April gross production or anything like that. So when we get over to page 22, if you could pull out your multi-color sheet here. What we're seeing right now is our revenue is running 689,000 the new revenue 698,000 less in 2026 at this board on the 30th. That'll go back up. Where we're really looking at the drop is we're 1,303,000 ahead in ad valorem, but we're 302,000 behind in gross production right now from where we were last year. If you look on number 2, the gross production is less year to date in FY26 and FY25. Now, you have to remember that would alarm me a whole lot if we didn't realize that we're moving into that time of the year where the gross production goes up because of summer driving season. But we also have that little thing going on over in Iran. And right now it's projecting out that we're probably going to be we're going to go up in our collections very quickly over the next couple of months. Remember, we're always 3 months behind what the trend line is. So, because it takes them that long to do all the tax calculations at the State Tax Commission. So we won't see January's, which went up about $5 a barrel. And we sure won't see February's until June. We'll see January's in May, and we'll see February's in June. And whatever's happening after that, we'll see those in August, in July and August. So we don't know where this is headed, but I hate to say that it's benefiting us any at all, but it is driving our gross production up. Our foundation aid is $2,517 over what it was this time last year. Most of the lower collections, like I always say, is due to the gap in the gross production and the loss of the state paid salary of $577. If you remember, over the past months, we've been looking about $752,000 to $800,000. We're closing that gap really quick, and it will continue next month. We will continue to see that improve. When you look at the actual expenditures, the comparison of FY25 to FY26 on the next page. We're $562,877.34 below where we were this time last year on expenditures. It's looking like our trend line is going to be somewhere around $400,000 to $500,000 below what we were at the end of last year. If we don't have another bus blow up or we don't have air conditioners blow up. Salaries are $242,000 less. The burdens are $81,000 less. Services are $508,000 less. Our supplies, which are coming directly from our grants, that's what the majority of the supplies are $307,000 over. But we have started filing our claims on those, so we should start receiving that money. Dues and fees are $72,000 less year to date, and our net expenses are $562,000. We're showing the trend line expected, but it's, we're still sitting in that position where we're really fragile, and we got to be really careful. We've shut down all this temporaneous spending. We did that 2 months ago, and we will continue to do so. But what we're looking at right now is we'll have a carryover. We just don't know how much it'll be yet because of the actual issues with what we're collecting. Any questions?
Okay. Any further discussion on item H? Motion to approve.
We'll make a motion to approve item H 1 through 6.
I'll second.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. All right, we'll move on to item I, the superintendent's report.
Okay, in our superintendent's report, Ms. Tolleson, do you want to start us off?
So we participated in STEM night at the Q back in late March, and it was a great turnout. We saw lots of our littles there, and they seemed to really enjoy it, so it was really great to be a part of that this year. Kingfisher was very well represented last week at Fine Arts. Or was it last week? Yes, it was last week. It was just last week. It's crazy. The days are going very fast, but we were very well represented from poetry, piano, art, and then the mixed choruses at Hennessy. So Kingfisher did an amazing job at that. Right now, we have our end-of-year benchmark testing going on. It began last week, and it will go for the next couple of weeks, finishing all of that up. Pre-K enrollment started last week, so it's ongoing. So if you know any people that are needing to get their pre-Kers enrolled, send them our way. This week, we have Captain Super Tube coming for dental hygiene awareness with our littles. It's great fun. He dresses up. He came to your building last week, so he dresses up, and the kids love it. So, and then this month is childhood or child abuse and neglect prevention month, and so we're promoting awareness across the district this Thursday. So by all of us wearing blue to promote prevention of that. And Super Kids Day will be April 30th. Then we have class picnics, pre-K luau, and classroom awards at the end. So we are busy. So, and that's all for Gilmore.
Ms.
I
Meyer.
can ditto lots of that. We participated in the STEM night. Fine Arts was fabulous. I had lots of kiddos in poetry, piano, and the mixed chorus. We were phenomenal. I mean, we knocked it out of the park. So I just have to brag because Mrs. Franks is awesome. Our kids did a great job. So we are beginning state testing tomorrow for our third graders. That should wrap up on Thursday unless we have some, absences or if we have individual tests or anything, but that's pretty much what we have scheduled. Field trips. We have lots of field trips. We have on the 13th of May, second grade goes to Shaw Park, third grade goes to the park and the pool. And my leap room, they've already started. They went to 81 Bakery. They went to the library today. They are going to go to Dollar Tree and the Playground of Dreams, so they're getting a lot of good experience in the public. Awards we have on May 12th for second grade is at 8:15, third grade at 9:15, and then the leap room is going to have theirs in their classroom. That's to be announced. We kind of talked about the daycare already, so we too are very, very busy. So. That's all I've got. Oh,
Ms.
thank
Shelton.
you.
Okay, I want to start by recognizing one of my students, Cameron Redline. The Mott Foundation sponsored the nationwide Mott $1 Million Challenge for K-12 students to compete for portions of $1 million by proposing creative business ideas or solutions to community social needs. The contest has several stages, starting with round 1 video entries. Last week, Cameron Redwine learned she is a round 1 finalist. Her entry focuses on a community project called Giving Garden. As a first round finalist, she will be awarded $250, and her Giving Garden proposal will move on to round 2. Winners advancing to the second round will be revealed later this month. So I just wanted to be sure and recognize her.
Very good.
And then we've also been very busy as well. We had Fine Arts, and it went very, very well. We had lots of kids that participated. STEM night was wonderful. We had a huge turnout. Melody works really hard, and that was a super fun night for the kids. We celebrated Q Kitchen, our students of the month. We are currently iReady testing. We started last week, which is our benchmark, and it will run through this week. We decided to do a little competition between the grade levels to see if it improved our scores any. So the grade that makes the most progress between their beginning of year and end of year test gets a party. So the kids are really excited about that. Recently, our 5th and 6th grade bands have competed in some competitions. There were 2 days last week, and Mandy said that they got tons of superior and excellent ratings on the solos and ensembles, and as a group they got a 1-, which is very good, as she talked about earlier. And on the 16th of April, we've got lyric theater coming to do a little performance for our kids. We will start our state test on April 21st. On May 3rd, Mandy has a spring band concert. On the 5th, we have 6th grade kickball tournament. On the 6th and 7th, we've got kids going to the nursing home, incredible pizza, AR trips, field trips to the Comets games, parks, pools, all kinds of stuff going on those 2 weeks in May. And then on the 14th, we have our awards assembly. So, busy, busy.
Mr. Ferris?
Okay, at the junior high, we are preparing our kids for state testing next week. So next week on Monday, we'll have 7th and 8th grade math. Tuesday, 8th grade writing, and Wednesday, we'll do our ELA state test. So teachers are preparing them right now for those tests. On the 22nd, we're going to have freshman orientation for you to speak on that as well. On the 29th, we have AR field trip. They're taking the kids to Celebration Station. On the 6th, we're taking everyone to ground control. I'm not sure what that is, but I think we'll find out. On the 12th of next month, we have promotion for our 8th grade and 7th grade awards. Also to wrap up our athletics. For our first year of soccer, it has gone really well. The kids have done super. And we have our last soccer game on the 20th. Baseball is about to wrap up. Of course, they're going to finish strong. They go to Hennessy on the 20th. Then they have 4 games in a row on the 21st, the 23rd, 27th, and 28th are all home games. So that wraps it up for the junior high.
Mr. Con?
Yeah, so high school, been very, very busy. You guys saw band and vocal. I will say, I'm more of a sports guy, and getting to go see my first, I got to sit in the room while vocal did their sight reading at state, and that was a pretty cool experience just to see them navigate that and the competitive side of that you don't get to see whenever you're out. And parents weren't allowed in there, and so it was pretty cool, the teamwork and how they did that. So yeah, band and vocal's been killing it. We have track, tennis, baseball, and soccer all in full force. We had a weathering issue with our concession stand, and so we just wanted to give Tony's Pump and Supply a shout out. We had some plumbing components and things that burst due to the freezing temperatures and stuff over the winter, and they jumped through hoops over the course of a weekend trying to get those things stopped so that we could get Braggs to come over and fix those and get the concession up and running for soccer to start. Then, as Ms. Ferris said, April 22nd, we have our freshman orientation, and so this is an opportunity for 8th graders and parents to come and hear a pitch on all the things that high school has to offer. Some of those things are things that were offered to them at the junior high, but there's also things that weren't. Mr. Kyle will come talk to them about, the aviation program and, how you can do 4 years of that, and the flight simulators and the cool opportunities there, as in all the sports, all the things. And then immediately after that, we will have an ice cream social with Mrs. Coleman, so we can spend some time getting to meet our new principal. Then a few shout outs before I get to some final dates. So this week we have TSA at state competition. They'll compete Tuesday through Thursday. And Mr. Kyle was explaining to me robotics having a little trick up their sleeves, so I'm excited to hear. I'm not going to spill the beans for them, but I'm excited to hear how that goes. Then this past week at our regional coaches meeting, Reese Roof was nominated for Female Athlete of the Year in the region, and that goes with a $500 scholarship. Coaches nominate and talk about the sports they play and what kind of student they are and things like that. And Reese won that, so she was our region Female Athlete of the Year. And then next week we have Sting Week, which is our high school philanthropy. We fundraise and do random things all year. And this year our Sting Week recipient is Missy Rojas, who's fighting cancer. And so we will finish that and have our tally and have our assembly next Wednesday at 9:50 if anybody wants to come. And then just into May, some dates to maybe keep track of. Our high school awards for all grades and senior decision day is May 11th. And that one's pretty cool, especially when it gets to the seniors and they start going by school and seniors talk about where they're going to go and what they're going to do. And then baccalaureate on May 13th and graduation on May 16th.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I do.
And prom Saturday night.
Could I make a quick comment, Mr. President? We've talked about a lot of activities tonight. I mean, we have a lot. But one of the things I always tell the incoming freshmen, and I'll share with you, is that research indicates that if you look at people who are successful in life, 30, 40 years old and successful, you'll find zero to very little correlation between their GPA and how well they do in school. But there's a huge correlation between their involvement in school activities. And so never forget that activities are part of the curriculum. They're not extra. They're part of what we're teaching kids. So we should be proud.
I was going to mention that I went to the STEM night. We were fixing to go on vacation, but I took time out to go, and the principal served a mean hot dog. But it was, STEM night was pretty impressive. I was very impressed with what that was, what went on there. It was very impressive. So.
And we're so excited to welcome Mrs. Coleman to our admin team.
She's not sure what she's got herself into.
We still have to vote on it, right?
Yeah, we're still gonna have.
All righty. Anything else from the superintendent's report?
No, sir.
All right. We'll move on then to item J, discussion and possible action on solicitation of mowing bids for fiscal year 2027.
We did this about this time last year, and it gives us the opportunity to try to make sure we're getting the best price. We did that on the spraying, and we had two local companies that were really close. One was $700 less than the other one, so we had to give them a go. So that was kind of how we come up with those things. And on this one, this bid is pretty good size, so we make sure that we bring it to you.
Okay.
So we'll ask for that over the next 2 weeks, and then we'll have it back for the May meeting. So and it'll begin July 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need a motion on that to
Yes.
approve solicitation for the mowing bids?
I so move.
I'll second.
Okay, and motion's been made and seconded. All in favor of item J, say aye. Or raise your right hand, I'm sorry. All right. Item J has passed. The next item is K, discussion and possible action on new activity fund sub-account jacket iron.
This would be a sub-account for the DBC that Mr. Roof would run. And it takes and puts, moves a lot of things out into the actual, where we can actually refurbish the things that we have out there. We have vending machines out there. It would take those out of the high school activity fund and put those into the jacket iron account. And it also would, the stuff out there is really nice, but it's getting a little bit old. And we're not old, it's getting age on it. And we need to make sure that we're able to repair it, replace it.
And we don't have an existing count for the weight
No.
program or anything.
No, sir.
This would be separate from the Summer Pride,
Yes.
but the Summer Pride money would go into that.
Well, I think it's gonna go into AD, because right now the summer pride money does go into AD account.
Yes.
So I think they're just trying to, since everybody uses DVC, it's for the weights, the bands.
Yeah. And
So the
this'll-
Summer Pride right now goes into the AD fund.
Yes.
Any other discussion? Okay, if no further discussion, do I hear a motion to approve item K?
I'll make a motion, we approve item K.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Item K passes. Item L, discussion and possible action on contract with Ashley Waddell Speech Language Services.
Ms. Meyer?
This is the speech pathologist that we contract with for summer services, or ESY. So she will just be here through that 6 weeks.
And this is the same contract from
Yes.
last year?
Yes, yes.
And you guys are happy with it?
She does a great job. Yeah, she does.
Any other discussion? If not, can I hear a motion to approve item L?
So moved.
Second on that?
I'll second.
A motion has been made and seconded to approve item L. All in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Item L passes. Item M, discussion and possible action on transfer capacity by site.
If you'll look on the capacity right now, we're running really, really full as far as what our teacher load is. Pre-K could take 8. As they go up to kindergarten, it's with that particular grade level. We will come back in and reevaluate this after we get our pre-enrollment stuff. At this point in time, this is what our recommendation is.
Somebody want to make a jump up and down, do some side straddle lines? There we go. I had a question asked about that. So, students that are already transferred in from another district are
still-
included in this
They're
number?
included in this, yes.
Okay, all right. Do I have, hear anything further on item M?
I'll make a motion, we approve item M.
Second?
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve item M. All in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Item M has been approved. Okay, item N, proposed executive session to discuss the employment and compensation of the following positions for the 2026-2027 school year, the disclosure of which discussion would violate confidentiality requirements of state or federal law as authorized by 25 Oklahoma Statute Section 307B1, employment. That is item 1, career certified teachers, included in addendum A. Number 2, certified non-career teachers, addendum B. Certified temporary contract teachers, addendum C. Recommendations for employment, addendum D. Do I hear a motion to convene executive session?
I so move.
I'll second.
All in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Okay, we are in executive session at 7:54. All right, now we'll go back. The Kingfisher Board of Education met in executive session on 4/13/2026. Board members consisting of Charles Walker, Bill Wrights, Alberto Sanchez, Dana Goldbeck, and Brad Whitrock. We entered the executive session at 7:54 p.m. and returned to open session at 9:29 p.m. The matters listed on the board agenda were considered in the executive session, knowing the matters were discussed. No board action was taken in executive session. All right. So let's go ahead with item O, discussion and possible action to accept resignations.
The resignations that are in your packet for, I gotta find the packet now. Bob Barnett. Here we go, Lacey Redwine. Karina Ponce. Jessica Toledo. Brooke Smith. And Terry Williams.
I make a motion we approve these resignations.
Yes.
And motion made and seconded to accept the resignations. All in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Motion passed. Item P, discussion and possible action on recommendations for employment of the following positions for the remainder of the 2025-2026 school year. Contracts shall include a step raise as dictated by the Oklahoma legislature on the Kingfisher Board of Education salary scale. All benefits previously agreed to by the board and access to a cafeteria plan for pre-tax deductions. All contracts are with Kingfisher Public Schools and assignments are based on district needs. Number one, Addendum A as presented, certified career teachers. Addendum B as presented, certified non-career teachers. Addendum C as presented, temporary contract teachers. And Addendum D as presented, recommendations for employment.
I'd like to recommend that we accept addendums A through D for employment for the 26-27 school year.
A through B or A through D?
A through D.
D delta? Delta.
A through D.
Is D for 26, 27?
Yes.
Yes. A second. I'll make a motion.
I'll second. Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Okay, item Q, new business. Any new business?
We have none.
New business. Item R, announcements.
We have prom Saturday night, and I believe you got
Yes, we have an invitation.
an invitation and
Get my prom dress out. All right. So item S is adjournment.
I make a motion we adjourn.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor? We are adjourned at 9:33 p.m.
congratulations. Oh, we'd also like to announce that Ms. Coleman is the 29th high school principal of Kingfisher High School since 25th high school principal since 1891.
We're glad to have you.